What's up, YouTube? It's Mr. Boss 510 bringing you here another video. And today's video, it is Rashford the Hero, part 3 of this series. If you guys haven't seen part 1 and part 2, make sure to go check those out because I will be spoiling the rest of this video for you guys. But before we get into that, I just want to say thank you guys so much. You guys have been showing this series a lot of love. Last video we did reach 3 likes, which is a total high, the highest on my channel. So the challenge for this video is, can we get 4? Can we get 5 likes? Let's do 5. I think 5 is reachable, but we'll see. So let's make it 5 likes for this video. Now, last video we did finish with 5 upgrades. Rashford got 4 goals. We did make our opponent rage quit, which means this episode we do have 5 upgrades for our team. Now, I decided to upgrade my bronze center back, 2 upgrades to a non-rare silver, and I believe his name is Henry. Now, he was probably one of the best of the non-rare silvers. The reason why I went with a non-rare silver is because I wanted to use this center defensive mid that I do have from the BPL, which I've used on another silver team. As you guys can tell, he has 2 games played, and he is amazing for me. And in the game, you will see that he's pretty good. He does actually something well for the team. So those are the upgrades for this video. We still do have a long way to go because we have a lot of bronzes that we need to upgrade. And another reason behind my strategy was my defensive needs a lot of help, because honestly every opponent I face just runs through me. So here is the team that we are facing. I was looking in single matches, but I couldn't find anyone. I think I went like 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes looking for an opponent there, but it kept saying that there was no one there. So I went into the weekend league tournament, and I forgot that it was there was no requirement. So I was like, oh great, I can actually use this team. So we decided to jump right ahead and go into the weekend league tournament and face the opponent that we're facing that has a very good team. I believe he has 3 or 4 informs. He has, I believe it's Quaresma in there, and I think it's a hybrid team of a Bundesliga and a Turkish league team. But his players are very fast, so my defense will have their work cut out for them. We're jumping in right here into the 4th minute where Rashford has the ball, and I make a big mistake here. Instead of holding the ball for possession, I decide to go one touch into the net, and of course, because we are using bronze players, he does nothing with the ball. We do gain the ball back and try to get forward, but you know, my opponent's defense is very good and my bronze players can't get by. So I am struggling at first because whatever pass I make or whatever thing that I tried to do in this video with my bronze players, it's not working. Now here in the 10th minute, I should have sweated across goal, but I didn't. So it is what it is. Now it's 0-0, and we had a big opportunity missed right there. And at the end of this video, you guys will see that it will cost me. But we jump to the 15th minute where my opponent starts counterattacking me, and here I had the ball. My bronze player decides not to pass it or clear it like I wanted to. He throws it across. He swings in across, and I believe Quaresma heads it into the goal to make it 1-0 and have us down an upgrade early in this game. So now we have a negative upgrade, which I don't think we've ever faced before in this video. So we are on our way to a negative upgrade so far in this video. Now my opponent again hits me on the counterattack, so that makes it 2 counterattacks already that my opponent goes against me, and my players decide to do the same thing. They decide not to pass the ball. My opponent comes and just runs over my players, or just takes the ball away from my players because they don't want to pass it out, they don't want to cross it out, or they don't want to do anything that has to do with the ball. So my opponent makes it 2-0. I don't have that many shots. I think all my shots were from far away and weren't really anywhere dangerous or anything. So my opponent at halftime was beating me 2-0. So those are 2 negative upgrades for our team, which is not good at all for this episode because we already have a long way to go, and with two negative upgrades, we have even a longer way to go now. But at least that means more episodes for you guys if you guys really enjoy this series. So I guess that's a good thing. Right here, my player finally decides to actually get in front of my opponent shooting, which was very helpful because my opponent had taken some shots from out there and they were just off target. He did hit the post, I believe, once or twice. So I was so glad that my silver player decided, you know what, enough is enough, and decides to jump right in front of the shot, which did make a good block and give him a corner. And my goalkeeper, like I said last episode or the episode before that, my goalkeeper is on another level. He is not a bronze goalkeeper. If anything, he deserves to be a silver or a non-rare gold. He is putting work in this series, and where we could be minus probably 4 or 5 upgrades in this episode, we are actually only minus 2. And in other episodes where we did get like 3 or 4 upgrades, we could have probably just had 1 or 2. But my goalkeeper actually decides to do a lot of work for a bronze goalkeeper, because I've used other bronze goalkeepers and they do not do anything. They literally just stand there. My opponent can take shots from almost halfway across the field and nothing good happens. But here we are. Here's the play I was talking about. My center defensive mid that I just got into the game, into this episode, makes a nice through ball pass that leads Rashford running, and with his 91-92 pace, no one's going to catch him. And the goalkeeper almost comes out to block it, but I decide to chip it over the goalkeeper, and that slide tackling chip worked for some reason. And I don't know why that works, but you know what? I'm just glad it works. So now we are just minus 1 upgrade in this episode. And at this point, I told myself, you know what? I'm just going to have to go for the second goal. It's better to get 0 upgrades in this episode than go in minus upgrade. So I decided to go a little bit more attacking and started to take a bit more risk, knowing that it was going to be hard because my defense is already struggling and my players are bronze. So, and they get tired easily. In this game, I noticed that my players need to be at 99 chem the whole time because they get tired really quick. For example, when my goal players, I think I usually play 2 games with them. 2 full games and no one rage quits. I'll play 2 full games with them, and they'll get tired towards the end of the 90th minute. But you know, it's 2 whole games now. Where my bronze players, I literally play 1 game with them, and their fitness literally goes from 99 to 89 or 88. Now here, my defender, which I was controlling, and I'm gonna admit to this, I wasn't controlling that player at first, so I decided I was another player which I was gonna run towards. But I tried changing to the closest player, and it sent me to another player, and then he made a through ball pass, and the finish was nice. It went right by my goalkeeper. It was low driven, so low driven shots in this game are overpowered. So that makes us go back to -2 upgrades as we're losing 3-1. After this point, I knew, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go all out attack. Whatever happens, happens. It is what it is. At this point, you know, there's not much I can do except try to get back some upgrades. So I decide, you know what? We're doing that. So right here, we hit him on the counter attack. Rashford, of course, again, has to be Rashford. Gets an open ball through net. He passes it from one foot to another foot and smacks it into the left side of the goal to make it 2-3. And I was trying to get the ball. I didn't mean to excessively celebrate. I know some of you guys hate it in FIFA when people excessively celebrate, but I was trying to get the ball, but it didn't happen, so it is what it is. Now, the game is going to finish 2-3. We did lose, so that means that we are going to have a negative upgrade. So for next episode, I will be downgrading 1 position in the club, or in the team, I should say. So we'll see how that goes. This is going to make the series a little bit longer, but you know what? I really enjoy this series, so if I'm enjoying it, I hope you guys are enjoying it, so that means more content for you guys. So we are going to finish 2-3 in this game. I just want to say thank you guys for supporting me and supporting the series. I can see that you guys are really enjoying it and really liking it, so I just want to say thank you. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button on this video if you guys enjoyed it. But for now, that's going to be it. I just want to say thank you, and this is Mr. Boss 510, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.